first, we're going to go over all of the supplies that you need. We need obviously our oysters, and we need a brush to clean the oysters. We need an oyster shucking knife. You need a glove or gloves to protect your hand, and a towel or a mat. Alright, let's get started. So we'll go ahead and grab an oyster. And these oysters are Western oysters from the Pacific Ocean.
Okay.
Go ahead and start brushing off. Just there's a little bit of algae, shell particles on the outside. Doesn't have to be perfect. This one is actually already clean. So one thing you want to check for when you get oysters, you see how this oyster is nice and closed, shut tight? That means the oyster is alive. If you start to notice that this oyster is completely open, the shell, well, that one's bad. You should probably throw that one out.
Yeah,
And this one doesn't really, it has a slight smell of the ocean, but it's not foul. It just smells like the beach, right?
Yeah, but Dad.
Yeah.
If it's open, that means you have to blow it away.
Exactly, because it's bad. That means it's dead.
Yeah.
If it's alive, it can use its adductor muscles to close the shell. Alright. Another thing about oysters that's very important, when you bring them home, you shouldn't dunk them in water, because sometimes that fresh water gets into the oyster shell and the oysters can't survive.
Yeah.
Alright, so we'll do a demonstration on one of these oysters. What you want to do is fold the towel up like this. I'm still going to use a glove, a tea towel. I'm still going to use a glove to protect my hand. But what you want to do is, the oyster has a round side and it has a flat side here. So you want to put the flat side up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this towel around the thumb. Fold it down firmly, and you can see there's a very small opening here, and that's where you're going to put the oyster shucking knife in. There. As soon as you feel the top pop off, you're going to go towards the flat side and cut the adductor muscle. There. And the shell should open up. Oops. Alright, and then you're going to go ahead and cut the bottom just like that. Let me wipe this knife off. And flip it over. Add some lemon. It's ready to eat.
I love the oyster.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Thumbs up?
Thumbs up.
You guys want to know what 60 oysters look like?
Yes.
Yes.
That took forever.
It did.
7 days later, we finally finished.
Wow.
Alright guys, the oysters are finally shocked. Mom.
And everything's a mess.
Yeah, it's a mess. It was hard. Sloan, you want to try?
Just look at it. It's so shiny.
How's it, Mom? With your braces.
And
Good?
these things that have